Coach Romano.
Yeah.
It's Florida Coaches Convention.
Florida, yeah.
A little different than Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, right. A little different. Well, I was at the very first convention, and I've probably been to maybe 22, 23 conventions, and I think the first one was in the early 90s. I remember back in 95, it was in Atlanta in conjunction with the World's Championships, but there was conventions before that, and I think the first one was, I might be wrong in this, but the Pocono Mountains, I remember that being one of the first ones, early 90s. So I've been coming every year, except a couple of years.
So this is to bring coaches together, to
Yes.
network, to do all types of things.
Yes.
And looking at it, they always try and up their game here, and they're always trying to foster young coaches and mentorship programs. You've been in the game as long as anybody who's at this convention. Congratulations on another national title this year.
Thank you.
Notre Dame College Division II champs, 2 out of the last 4 years.
We won 4 titles in D2, two team titles and 2 dual meet championships in the last 5 years.
That's pretty good.
So then we won four NAI titles, 2 team titles and 2 national dual meet titles, and then we also won the club one year. We were in the club in 2012. We won that too. So we won 9 titles.
Your master recruiter leaves and goes to Ohio State.
Yes.
Everybody thinks that the roof's going to fall and cave in.
Well,
you guys won another title. So who's really pulling the strings over there?
I've been doing this a long time, and my new head assistant Jake Schwartz has done a great job recruiting.
A West Coast guy. Comes to Northeast Ohio, and that blows my mind.
From the state of Washington, and we recruited him to be our grad assistant 4 years ago now, and he did a great job being our GA, and then Jake was done with his master's degree, and he was going to leave, and I said, it's a great kid, and I said, Jake, I said, I don't want you leaving. I said, we're going to find you a job here. So there were no openings for our coaching, but we found him a job with the college as an admissions director. And then within a couple months, Coach Ralph went to Ohio State and immediately hired Jake, and I don't regret it one bit. He's done a great job, and we just kept moving. He didn't come on board until the middle or late November of this year. So, and we had some things that happened, like all teams, with injuries and sickness and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we pulled it together. We won the regional by a large margin, and we won the national tournament by, I think, 35, 40 points.
So, looking at it, you guys keep losing these top, you lose Anthony.
Yeah.
First off, you lose Joey Davis.
Yeah.
You don't lose him, but he graduates.
4-time champ.
He's 4-time champ.
Yeah, a lot of points.
The guy graduates in the program. Anthony goes to Ohio State.
Yes.
Okay, now you lose a guy, a national champ, to transfer to Nebraska.
Isaiah White.
How do you guys keep reloading and keep doing
Well,
it?
we do. The recruiting is the lifeblood, as any coach knows, of any wrestling team, and we just keep straight. Like, we're still recruiting now. We just got a verbal from Lamar Williams.
So you guys keep getting.
We just signed a guy just 2 days ago.
So you just keep getting guys. You keep reloading. And looking at it, you talk about recruiting as the lifeblood. We're here at the Coaches Convention.
Yes.
They actually brought a recruiting event here, Compound College Combine.
That's big.
You actually get to go and recruit guys today. What's that mean to you to actually be able to go and see high school kids here at the Coaches Convention, mix mentorship in with advancing the sport?
Right.
You guys are trying to win another national title. What's it like to be able to go watch that?
It's really important, because you have to be recruiting all the time. I mean, in today's world with the social media the way it is, there's no downtime. Years ago, when I would recruit, when I was at Kent State in the early 80s and mid 80s, it would be like a certain defined period you would recruit. Today, it's pretty much year round, because you're recruiting juniors. Sometimes you're even looking at people younger than that, and you have to stay up with it. And there's so many ways that people do it today, as opposed to just being on the phone or sitting in a gym and watching someone wrestle, which I did a lot of. And today, you have the internet, and you have all the social media, so it's different, and it's more time consuming. Way more time consuming.
Can you win again without Isaiah gone?
They're going to have to deal with us next year. We had 8 people back from the 10 that were in the national tournament, but really 7 when we lose Isaiah. But we have people, and I feel real confident in our team. I think we have 7 kids on the team that have been All-Americans, and we have returning national champion Ivan McClay at 25. We have the 2 returning runners-up, Juwan Edmond and our heavyweight Cameron Teacher. They were both second. They're both young. The only senior we have on the team is Ivan McClay.
Is a national champ.
He was a national champ.
That's pretty good, Coach.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a national champ.
Next question.
He's an
I have
Ohio
for you.
kid. He's an Ohio kid.
He's a Canton guy. Massillon.
Massillon. He's the only person in the history of Massillon High School who was state champ.
Washington, actually.
Massillon, Washington. Massillon Senior, Washington.
Yeah, the Tigers.
Yes.
They've had movies made about him in
Yes.
football. Football is
Yes.
their game.
He's
Okay.
the only one.
Do you age? Doesn't look like it.
well, I don't
you look
know
like the
about
same
that.
guy who coached me 20 years ago.
Well, I try to stay in shape as best I can, and because I think in our sport, it's a young man's game, and you have to be viable. And if you're not viable, it's really hard. But you have to have good staff around you, and I do. I have really good staff. We have the best staff now we've ever had. I have 7 people on my staff. I have an intern, a grad assistant, 4 assistant coaches, 2 of them full-time.
Sonny Marchetti.
Sonny Marchetti and Jake Schwartz.
So do those guys run most of the day-to-day operations, would you say?
Yeah, they run the nuts and bolts. I run practice.
Okay.
That's my gig. I run practice. I dictate practice. I run practice. And if I can't do that, then that's my gig. That's what I do. And I make the decisions. And if it comes to me and I have to make a decision, I make the decision. But everybody has a duty. Everybody has things that they're in charge of. And as long as they're doing that, we're functioning. Because we have over 50 kids on the team. We have probably maybe close to 60 coming out this year. We had 32 people coming back, and we recruited probably about between 25 and 27 new people coming in. So we have a large squad. So there's a lot of logistics involved. There's equipment involved. There's travel. I do travel. I do run practice. And decide what the program's going to be in 2 days before a match, the day we leave, all the logistics. Because, like, say, a major tournament, we go 2 days before. We don't go the day before
Gotcha.
to the national duels or to a national tournament. You go 2 days before, and we have to set up workout times in different places. And there's a lot of logistics involved. But the practice is key. That's key, and how to train the guys so they're ready at the appropriate time. We usually try to peak for the national duels and for the national team tournament and the regional tournament. In D2, there's a regional tournament, and then for the national tournament. So that's basically my gig.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, thanks for the time. We'll see you over here at noon.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And
I'm glad you're
hopefully
here.
we will see another NCAA team title brought back to Ohio.
And it's going to be in Cleveland next year. In division, in the next 2 years, all 3 divisions are in Cleveland. Division 1's in Cleveland this year at the Q. Division 2's in Cleveland next year at the Wolstein Center. And Division 3 is this year at the Civic Auditorium in Cleveland. So all 3 divisions within the next 2 years are in Cleveland.